Federal climate targets based on deception. Yet another report concludes Canada's $200 billion climate change program will barely achieve half of its promised emissions cuts by 2030. But Mark Carney doubling down, saying that he will make the industrial carbon tax the cornerstone of his so-called climate competitiveness plan. And he says that the world wants this. This is why Canada will be the leader of energy, because the world will buy clean energy before they'll buy it from the Americans. Well, the Americans seem to be signing deals. Signed a deal with Germany, signed a deal with Japan, signed a deal with South Korea, all on LNG. All three of those are our deals. All three of them, Mr. Carney, were signed just recently by the Americans. And not one of them said, can we see your industrial carbon price policies first? Because we want to make sure that you have an industrial carbon price framework in place so that we make sure we're buying clean energy. Even the Germans, they didn't ask, did they? Did they ask for that? Did they ask for that report?
Well, look, climate change, we're told by, basically everybody that's involved in that whole world, we're told that it's a matter of life and death, aren't we? It's a question of survival.
Well,
but when it comes to the Koreans, the Japanese and the Germans and so on, when they're presented with, okay, you can make these futile gestures towards bringing down emissions, or you can have the US military giving you protection from China or Russia or whoever it is. And to the surprise of probably nobody, they've decided to go with the US military, because that is the real threat to their existence, not the possibility that the temperature could increase, the global temperature could increase by 2 degrees in 2100 compared with 1850 or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly how they measure it. Even in the worst case scenario, which wouldn't even be that bad, as the IPCC themselves have said. Well, it would be bad. Sorry, that's quite... I don't mean to be flippant. It would be bad, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. It wouldn't be the end of humanity.
Well, even the top climate clown came out yesterday. We did the story. Bill Gates said, climate change will not end the world. So we just got to be responsible in what we're doing. Imagine that. He got religion.
And yet, look at this. Look at our Environment Minister here, Julie Dabrusin, saying in an interview with the Canadian Press, the industrial carbon price is an important part of how we fight climate change. And then she says, Canadians see that climate change and the extreme weather events are impacting their communities in real time right now. Once again, a senior Canadian political figure linking Canada's emissions to serious weather events. As I've said a million times, I'm not going to make a meal of it. There's barely any relationship whatsoever between those two things, because Canada represents such a tiny proportion of all overall emissions. It's not you driving your gas car, and it's not, Alberta oil sands that are causing climate change. It's as simple as that. Canada's not a big enough player to cause climate change.
Again, just for the people with common sense, the people that still have some common sense, that don't eat the pablum from CBC every day, just for those that still have just an inkling of common sense left. Canada continues down this path of this, Mark Carney said it many times, and this is one of the big things he's going to do is carbon credits here. But climate competitiveness, he said that the world wants this. The Germans didn't ask for it from the Americans. The South Koreans didn't ask for it. Japanese didn't ask for it. So who are these people that are asking for it? And the British didn't ask for it. The UK didn't ask for it. So who are these people asking for this? Then when the Americans seem to be signing deal after deal after deal. And there's an AI race going on right now, bigger than the space race, bigger than the arms race. This AI race is going on. And the biggest thing that the AI race needs is energy. And Alberta has a ton of it. And kudos on Danielle Smith for going and doing her own thing, because if we're going to wait here for Team Carney to do something about it with this climate competitiveness, it'll be interesting to see in the next few days how his speeches go at COP30, because I'm sure he's going to be in his glory there, and it's going to be. But the weight of this climate change agenda has left the room.